Friends, every week we work hard to bring you a spine-chilling animated horror story. This is one such terrifying tale. Ajitesh lived in Govind Nagar, Kanpur, with his wife Sunita and their 5-year-old son. He owned a small clothing warehouse that barely earned enough to support his family. On top of that, he was burdened with a massive loan that seemed impossible to repay. Sunita spent her days taking care of the house, and because of their financial troubles, silence had become more common than conversation between them. Ajitesh's elder brother, Suresh, was a wealthy businessman living in Lucknow. Every time he visited, he would look at Ajitesh with sympathy and say, "Don't worry. Everything will be fine." Ajitesh hated hearing those words. He always dreamed of the day when he would be successful enough to say the same thing to his brother. One freezing winter night, a mysterious tantric entered their neighborhood. He had long white hair, a bent back, and 2 crows perched on his shoulders. As he walked through the foggy streets, he shouted, "Change your broken destiny. If you wish to change your fortune, I have the solution." The glowing eyes of the crows shone through the mist as curious residents watched from their windows. No one approached him. But that night, Ajitesh could not sleep. He kept thinking about his ruined life and wondered whether he should seek the tantric's help. The next morning, without telling anyone, he went searching for the old man. After hearing Ajitesh's problems, the tantric revealed a dark secret. "Crows are messengers of ancestral spirits," he said. "They are the gateway between the worlds of the living and the dead. Through an ancient ritual known as Kak Tantra, they can grant powers beyond human capability." Then he warned him. "But this power demands human blood. Every morning, without fail, you must cut your finger, mix a few drops of blood with grain, and feed it to the crows. Miss even a single day, and the ritual will break." Desperate for success, Ajitesh agreed. The tantric completed the ritual using Ajitesh's blood and fed it to the crows. Before leaving, he gave one final warning. "Never forget the crows. They do not forgive." At first, everything changed for the better. Within a week, a business deal that had been stuck for 3 years was finally completed. Money began pouring into his life. Every morning, Ajitesh faithfully fed the crows. Soon he bought a new house. Sunita smiled again for the first time in years. As time passed, Ajitesh became wealthy. But success made him careless. One morning, he forgot to feed the crows. Later, he began performing the ritual only once a week. Eventually, he stopped altogether. Soon strange things started happening. Every morning, a crow would sit on his car and call loudly. Whenever Ajitesh approached it, the bird would fly away. Then dead crows began appearing outside his door. His business started collapsing. Deals were cancelled. A trusted partner disappeared after committing fraud. His warehouse caught fire. Money vanished as quickly as it came. Eventually, Ajitesh lost everything and was forced to move his family back into their old house. The day they returned, he looked outside and froze in terror. Crows. Hundreds of them. They sat silently on the roof, the railings, the doors, and the branches of a nearby peepal tree. They did not move. They simply stared at the house. That night, a crow repeatedly pecked at his bedroom window. When Ajitesh looked closer, he saw its glowing red eyes fixed directly on him. Terrified, he tried to restart the ritual. He cut his finger, mixed blood with grain, and placed it outside. No crow came. Meanwhile, his son, now 15 years old, had become strangely quiet. He spent all day drawing black crows in his notebook. His hands were stained black from the crayons. One night, Ajitesh noticed deep black marks on his neck that looked exactly like crow beak wounds. Panicked, he went searching for the tantric. When he found the old man's hut, the door was partially open. Inside, the tantric lay on the floor, barely alive. His body was covered with wounds that looked like peck marks and claw scratches. Dozens of crows surrounded him. The moment he saw Ajitesh, he screamed, "Fool! This is all because of you. Leave. They will take everything from you now." Terrified, Ajitesh rushed home. That night, dark clouds filled the sky. First came one crow. Then 10. Then 100. Soon thousands of crows darkened the heavens. Suddenly Sunita screamed from their son's room. When Ajitesh ran inside, he found his son suffering from violent convulsions, flapping and struggling like a dying crow. Then the boy's eyes turned red. His face darkened. His lips stretched into something resembling a crow's beak. With an inhuman scream, he attacked Ajitesh. The attack continued until Ajitesh stopped breathing. Moments later, hundreds of crows burst into the house and began tearing flesh from his lifeless body. Sunita watched in horror. When it was over, her son collapsed unconscious. When he woke up, he looked completely normal again. That same night, Sunita took her son and left forever. They never returned. Today, Ajitesh's house stands abandoned and ruined. Locals say that more than 100 crows can still be seen circling the building. And on certain nights, their cries echo through the darkness, as if they are still guarding a debt that was never fully paid.